if the average of A and B, so if the average of A and B is 45 and the average of B and C is 35, then the question says what is A negative C? Now I'm going to pick this. I'll pick the first statement, I'll call this 1. The next statement, I'll call this 2. So 1 and 2 are going to be my hypothesis. Then based on the inferences I draw from this hypothesis, then I can conclude. Alright, from the first statement, it says that the average of A and B is 45. Now what is the average of A and B? It's just the sum of A and B divided by the number of data points we have, which is 2. So we are told that this equals 45. So if this equals 45, so that means A plus B, when you cross multiply, is going to be 2 times 45, which is 90. So this is for the first statement. Now for the second statement, it says that the average of B and C is 35. So that is, when you add B and C and you divide by 2, which is the average, you should obtain 35. So that tells you that when you cross multiply, what you're going to have is going to be B plus C equals 2 times 35, which is 70. So now we have 2 equations here. We have another one here. Now what the question says, it says find A negative C. Now A negative C, you're told to find A negative C. So the way you should begin to think is, how do I manipulate the 2 informations that I obtain here to obtain the value of A negative C? Now look at what I'm going to do. Now A negative C is the same thing as A. So you'll observe that the only difference between AC and the 2 equations you have here is that for this equation here you have A, you have an A here, but then you have a B here. Here you have a B here, you also have a B here, but you have a C here. So the difference between the 2 equations is just the influx of B. So my aim is I want to try and introduce B into this equation so that it's going to look like the 2 equations there. Then when I've introduced B into the equation, then I can see if I can manipulate it such that I can use the solutions or probably the inferences I drew based on the hypothesis I was given. So you have A negative C, this is going to be equal to, so the only way I can introduce B is by subtracting B and adding B plus C. So it looks as if negative B plus B is the same thing as 0. So this is the best way by which I can introduce B. You understand? Or probably maybe I should write it like this. I should write A plus B negative B plus C. So this way, this is just going to be the same thing as, this is A plus B. So you have a negative sign here, so it's just going to be negative into, you have B, so negative, when you have negative out, so the sign here is going to change to negative sign. Yep, that's going to be negative, so the sign here is going to change. Okay, sorry, what you have here is a negative C, so what you should have here should be a negative sign anyway. I must have made a mistake there, I'm sorry for that. So this is going to be plus. Yep, so A plus B minus B plus C. So what we have here for A plus B is 90 minus B plus C, which is 70. So this is just going to give you, it's going to give you 20. So the solution of that problem is 20. So that's why this is the solution. Alright, thanks for watching.